This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recorded by Nicole Doolin on the web at NicoleDoolin.com. January 2006. Annabel Lee by Edgar Allan Poe. It was many and many a year ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived whom you may know by the name of Annabel Lee. And this maiden she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me. She was a child, and I was a child, in this kingdom by the sea. But we loved with a love that was more than love, I and my Annabel Lee, with a love that the winged seraphs of heaven coveted her and me. And this was the reason that long ago, in this kingdom by the sea, a wind blew out of a cloud by night, chilling my Annabel Lee, so that her high-born kinsman came and bore her away from me, to shut her up in a sepulchre in this kingdom by the sea. The angels, not half so happy in heaven, went envying her and me. Yes, that was the reason, as all men know, in this kingdom by the sea, that the wind came out of a cloud, chilling and killing my Annabel Lee. But our love, it was stronger by far than the love of those who were older than we, of many far wiser than we, and neither the angels in heaven above, nor the demons down under the sea, can ever dissever my soul from the soul of the beautiful Annabel Lee. For the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of the beautiful Annabel Lee, and the stars never rise but I see the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabel Lee. And so, all the night tide, I lie down by the side of my darling, my darling, my life and my bride, in her sepulchre there by the sea, in her tomb by the side of the sea. End of Annabel Lee by Edgar Allan Poe. Recorded by Nicole Doolin on the web at NicoleDoolin.com.
This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Marla Diane. ForbiddenDragon.blogspot.com. Edward. Traditional. Why does your brand so drip with blood, Edward? Why does your blend so drip with blood? And why say sad going you? Oh, I have killed my hawk so good, mither. Oh, I have killed my hawk so good, and I had no mare but you. Your hawk's blood was never so red, Edward. Your hawk's blood was never so red, my dear son, I tell thee. Oh, I killed my red-roan steed, mither. Oh, I killed my red-roan steed, that erst was so fair and free. Your steed was old, and ye hae got mair, Edward. Your steed was old, and ye hae got mair. Some other drool ye drio. Oh, I have killed my father dear, mither. Oh, I have killed my father dear, alas, and woe is me. And what in penance will ye dree for that, Edward? What in penance will ye dree for that, my dear son, now tell me, I'll set my feet in yonder boat, mither. I'll set my feet in yonder boat, and I'll fare over the sea. And what will ye do with your tars and your haw, Edward? And what will ye do with your howers and your haw, that were so fair to see? I'll let them stand till they down fa, mither. I'll let them stand till they down fa, for there never mair maun I be. And what will ye leave to your bairns and your wife, Edward? And what will ye leave to your bairns and your wife, when ye gang o'er the sea? The world's room, let them beg through life, mither. The world's room, let them beg through life, for them never mair will I see. And what will ye leave to your own mother dear, Edward? And what will ye leave to your own mother dear, my dear son, now tell me? The curse of hell from me shall ye bear, mither. The curse of hell from me shall ye bear, sic counsels ye gave to me. End. Recorded by Marla Diane, January 28, 2006. Biscuit West, Prince Edward Island.
This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recorded by Nicole Doolin. on the web at NicoleDoolin.com. January 2006. I felt a funeral in my brain, by Emily Dickinson. I felt a funeral in my brain, and mourners to and fro kept treading, till it seemed that sense was breaking through, and when they all were seated, a service like a drum kept beating, till I thought my mind was going numb. And then I heard them lift a box and creak across my soul, with those same boots of lead again. Then space began to toll, as all the heavens were a bell, and being but an ear, and I and silence some strange race, wrecked, solitary, here. End of I felt a funeral in my brain, by Emily Dickinson. Recorded by Nicole Doolin, on the web at NicoleDoolin.com.
His Supposed Mistress by Ben Jonson. Reading by Annie Coleman for LibriVox.org. If I freely can discover what would please me in my lover, I would have her fair and witty, savouring more of court than city, a little proud, but full of pity, light and humorous in her toying, oft building hopes and soon destroying, long, but sweet in the enjoying, neither too easy nor too hard, all extremes I would have barred. She should be allowed her passions, so they were but used as fashions, sometimes froward and then frowning, sometimes sickish and then swowning, every fit with change still crowning. Purely jealous I would have her, then only constant when I crave her. 'Tis a virtue should not save her. Thus nor her delicates would cloy me, neither her peevishness annoy me. End of poem. The Lake Isle of Innisfree by William Butler Yeats. Reading by Annie Coleman for LibriVox.org. I will arise and go now, and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin build there, of clay and wattles made. 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honey bee, and live alone in the bee-loud glade. And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the vales of the morning to where the cricket sings. There midnight's all a glimmer, and noon a purple glow, and evening full of the linnet's wings. I will arise and go now, for always night and day I hear lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore, while I stand on the roadway or on the pavements gray. I hear it in the deep heart's core. End of poem.
Late Leaves by Walter Savage Landor. Read by Peter Yearsley for LibriVox.org. The leaves are falling, so am I. The few late flowers have moisture in the eye, so have I too. Scarcely on any bough is heard joyous or even unjoyous bird the whole wood through. Winter may come, he brings but nigher his circle, yearly narrowing, to the fire where old friends meet. Let him. Now heaven is overcast, and spring and summer both are past, and all things sweet. End of Late Leaves.
Move eastward, happy earth, and leave by Alfred Tennyson. Read by Heather Barnett for LibriVox.org. Move eastward, happy earth, and leave yon orange sunset waning slow. From fringes of the faded eve, O happy planet, eastward go, till over thy dark shoulder glow thy silver sister world, and rise to glass herself in dewy eyes that watch me from the glen below. Ah, bear me with thee smoothly borne, dip forward under starry light, and move me to my marriage morn, and round again to happy night. End of poem.
One day I wrote her name upon the strand, by Edmund Spenser. Reading by Annie Coleman for LibriVox.org. One day I wrote her name upon the strand, but came the waves and washed it away. Again I wrote it with a second hand, but came the tide and made my pains his prey. Vain man, said she, that dost in vain essay a mortal thing so to immortalize. For I myself shall like to this decay, and eke my name be wiped out likewise. Not so, quod I, let baser things devise to die in dust, but you shall live by fame. My verse your virtues rare shall eternize, and in the heavens write your glorious name, where, when as death shall all the world subdue, our love shall live, and later life renew. End of poem.
This is from borrowbee.com. Nicholson and Lee, editors, The Oxford Book of English Mystical Verse, 1917. Poem 316, The Rose and the Cross by Alistair Crowley. My name is Yusuf Alawi, and I'll be reading this poem today. Out of the seething cauldron of my woes, where sweets and salt and bitterness I flung, where charmed music gathered from my tongue, and where I chained strange archipelagos of fallen stars, where fiery passion flows, a curious bitumen, where among the glowing medley moved the tune unsung of perfect love. Thence grew the mystic rose. Its myriad petals of divided light, its leaves of most radiant emerald, its heart of fire like rubies. At the sight, I lifted up my heart to God and called, how shall I pluck this dream of my desire? And lo, there shaped itself the cross of fire.
Sentence by Witter Bynner. Read by Carolyn Bottomley for LibriVox.org. Shall I say that what heaven gave earth has taken, or that sleepers in the grave reawaken? One sole sentence can I know, can I say, you, my comrade, had to go, I to stay. End of poem.
This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recorded by Nicole Doolin on the web at NicoleDoolin.com. January 2006. Success by Emily Dickinson. Success is counted sweetest by those who ne'er succeed. To comprehend a nectar requires sorest need. Not one of all the purple host who took the flag today can tell the definition so clear of victory as he, defeated, dying, on whose forbidden ear the distant strains of triumph break, agonized and clear. End of Success by Emily Dickinson. Recorded by Nicole Doolin on the web at NicoleDoolin.com. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recorded by Nicole Doolin on the web at NicoleDoolin.com. January 2006. Surgeons must be very careful by Emily Dickinson. Surgeons must be very careful when they take the knife. Underneath their fine incisions stirs the culprit, life. End of Surgeons Must Be Very Careful by Emily Dickinson. Recorded by Nicole Doolin on the web at NicoleDoolin.com.
Introduction to the reading. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording made by Robert Garrison. For more information on this reader, visit Climber53.com. The Bells, published in 1849 by Edgar Allan Poe. Hear the sledges with the bells, silver bells. What a world of merriment their melody foretells. How they tinkle, tinkle, tinkle in their icy air of night, while the stars that oversprinkle all the heavens seem to twinkle with a crystalline delight, keeping time, time, time in a sort of runic rhyme to the tintinnabulation that so musically wells from the bells, 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 bells.